Hello! This week Astro Bot has dropped some new levels. I've heard they're pretty tough, so let's see how difficult they are to do. I'm not aiming for good times on these, I think I might do a future video on that. This was just my first playthrough to see how many times it would take me to beat each level. First up is Twin Frog Trouble. If you haven't seen these types of levels before, you have a different power up on each one. The frog one for this is like two boxing gloves that you can punch with. Predictably, my first attempt goes terrible and I immediately hit this cactus. The second go, I get to the middle and I didn't realise I would need to hit the cactus so many times, so the flames get me here. Third go, I'm too trigger happy punching and I hit the slime. On the fourth attempt, I finally pass the big cactus and there are these exploding bots underneath it. I clear these and get onto the next obstacle of the moving spiked bridge, before absolutely messing up this jump. Go 5 and I also mess up the jump on these columns. Attempt 6 and I get across the columns and swing over to a new set, but sadly miss this jump. Goes 7, 8, 9 and 10, I fail to get this far again. But then on attempt 11 I pass this bit for the first time. Now there are these rotating flames and you have to swing through. I managed to time it well but fail on the landing. Attempt 12 I land this but then see the next obstacle of even faster flames. I just didn't have the timing right on this attempt. We don't need to talk about attempt 13. Finally though, everything lined up for attempt 14, so I'll show you the full attempt. I found the trick for this fast moving flame bit, if you just want to finish it and not go for a speed run, is to just be patient and go back and forth for a few times until the time is right. This is definitely the trickiest part of the level. We finished the level, and with all new levels that you complete you get a new bot. I'll save who these are for a separate upload, as I know not everyone wants spoilers for these. On to the second level now, and this is Suck It Up. Here you have the elephant vacuum power up, meaning you can suck up things to create platforms to bounce off. This level immediately throws you in hard with these birds being fired at you, and I wasn't ready for this on the first go. Attempt 2 I get over these and swing over to this platform with the rolling spikes. Managed to avoid these and the slime shooter before getting up to the top and being hit by this pumpkin shooter. Go 3 and I get past the pumpkin shooter this time, but found out he is stood on ice that cracks when you step on it, leaving all these spikes for you to fall onto. Attempt 4 I navigate this and manage to successfully time the rotating platforms. There is then another rotating platform with shooting chameleons, and somehow I also avoid these shots, and I am amazed this is going so well. That feeling doesn't last long though, as I then make a stupid mistake thinking I can make this jump. I have the vacuum for a reason, but I just didn't think to use it. I then suffer through 7 terrible attempts where I don't reach this far again. Finally though, in attempt 12 it all falls into place, so here is the full run. The part with the rotating spikes and the slime shooter is what kept making me fail this one, so I'd advise just to be patient on this bit. You can see on this go I do mess up a bit on this part, not sucking up enough goo to bounce up to the top, but I just took my time and managed to get through it. In the final part it is ice platforms that you create, but these do seem generous in giving you the right direction. You need to avoid the homing missile frog by going wide around the missiles. and then you again go wide to avoid the jar throwing their lid. and the end bit shouldn't cause too many issues if you play it safe. Again, I'll save who the bot is for this in a separate upload. Third up is Handhold Havoc. From the title, you can probably guess what power up this is. It is the monkey arms.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
This is just the one power up that I always struggle with, and having to use both the pad and the motion control in it, it just never works smoothly for me. Go 1 immediately highlights my problem. I'm just terrible at using this, I don't know what it is about it. Attempt 2, I get up the wall, very slowly but I get up there. There is then a slide and another wall you need to get up quickly as you have these exploding bots on you. But as I'm not going very quick, I panic and fall in. Go 3, I barely manage to get past these and come to this bell. You need to throw 2 rocks at him, which I do, and I also manage to avoid the birds that get shot at you following this. I avoid more birds climbing a wall and manage to grind a rail. This level is proving mercifully manageable so far. I then come to this rotating wall. You need to initially climb quickly to get over these electric balls, but then having to go down quickly to get under the next set. Thankfully, you are able to just let go and drop down, then grab again, rather than having to climb down too fast. You then need to climb up again and reach these swinging bars where you need to time your jump for when the balls are at the centre. I do this and can see the end is at the top of this wall. I think thankfully this won't take too many goes, but for some reason I pick up this timer to slow down time and I press the wrong button to throw and I just land on this electricity. That was annoying, and it was even more so that it takes me up to attempt 12 to reach this point again, but thankfully this time I don't mess up. You can see on this one I've got better at timing my jumps early on to land near the top of the climbs, preventing me having to climb too much early on. I don't think I mentioned before, but there is also an alien with a guitar near the bell, although this didn't cause me any issues on any run. I think it's worth knowing it's there though. In terms of the trickiest bit on this one, I don't think there is any specific part. I mostly failed just messing up using the monkey arms. On the wall, it is good to line yourself up and be on the centre of the beam, ready for the jump. After throwing the timer this time, it's thankfully quite generous with the time allowance to make the climb. And that is 3 down. Remember, if you want to know who the bot is, I will be doing these in a separate upload. The 4th new level is now High Inflation. The power up here is the inflatable one where you turn into a balloon. In what is a regular occurrence for me, I immediately mess up on the first go. The second attempt I actually inflate, but I don't do much better. Third go, we are more in the swing of it now, and I bounce and float through these first 2 platforms and get up to this spiked area. At first glance it looks like there is nowhere to stand, but as you can see these birds fly over it with a light and they show where invisible platforms are that you are able to stand on. I go over these and to a higher platform that also has invisible areas and now also 4 bells. I somehow manage this too, but sadly I'm not high enough for this rotating area and take a fall. Go 4, I do actually manage to land on this rotating platform, but I am turned into ice. I don't reach this far again until attempt 10 when I make the exact same mistake. Attempt 13, I finally make it past this, but panic when I see birds being fired at me and I fall. No matter how many levels I do on this, I can never predict patterns at what will be thrown at me, they're just well designed. Go 17, I make it here again and find this higher level with spikes and moving electric. I don't take into account the fact that I'm deflating, and as I move I hit this. It is then finally attempt number 20 that I managed this. This did take more attempts than the others, but I don't think it was particularly more difficult. I just made lots of silly mistakes being impatient, especially around the hidden platforms. I should have just taken my time a bit more. I'd say the trickiest bit is probably this section near the bells, but you just have to relax and try not to travel too far each go. I did hear from a friend that the last level was extremely hard, but honestly I was expecting worse. We do this and then get the 4th bot, and don't forget to check my separate upload soon with who these are. I enjoyed doing these 4, they were a fun challenge. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and... wait, there's another level. Megamix Mastery. This must be the last hard level that I've heard about. I guess I'm not done then.